Street cred sports. Street cred sports. I'm crossing over. I'm Euro stepping.
Hello, this is Keenan of Street Cred Sports Training, and welcome to another episode of Time to Ball. Yeah, we virtual. Got my man, my ace coon boom. What's up, man?
Lee Williams. What happened, man? How you doing? Man, hey, look.
Starting out already. Lee Williams.
I haven't heard Ace Boom Boom in a long time, man. I feel special today, baby. I feel special.
That just came up in my head, man. Let me put this out.
That's
I
cool.
don't need to be. I need to look professional. I don't want mama talking about what you got your hood on for. What are you trying to do? Yeah, it just came into my head. I heard that.
That's what's up.
Growing up.
That's what's up.
I can't
Me
tell
too.
you what it means, but I know what it's
Man,
about.
look, when you are Ace Boom Boom, you in there for life. Yeah. Only
Well,
way you can mess that up and rob somebody's house.
so what's been up, man?
Man, no, man. I'm just really trying to really evaluate as many kids as possible.
Yeah,
That's what I've been trying to do lately. You know, we're having tryouts this weekend. Appreciate you being a part of that. And
yeah.
just got some kids couple kids come from out of town, and
Okay,
got some kids that signed up late, and so it's we'll have a decent but not too many kids, and so I'm
good,
excited about it though, man. I'm really
good.
excited about my first time having open tryouts in El Paso specifically.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely see what the city has to offer for sure.
Well, it's been needed, so I'm glad that you really decided to go ahead and do it.
Man,
I
I
mean,
appreciate that. Appreciate it.
so we'll see how it is. Get these girls the opportunity to see what it's like to play for a top flight organization. And I'm not just saying it because you're here with me. It's just something that I've always known when it comes to telling kids and parents who the top organization is when it comes to the girls teams and travel. So
That's
keep
love, man. I
holding that
appreciate it.
man. Keep holding man. Okay, so look, first thing I got to get out was,
Yeah,
all
sir.
right, we did the podcast like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
messed up with uploading. I don't know what happened, how I did it, but it didn't upload and I couldn't get it uploaded. So that's why there is a gap in the podcast. It should have been up one like a week and a half ago. So my apologies to everybody, because people like, oh yeah, I listen to the podcast, so I watch the podcast, and I'll be like, well, why is it my views aren't reflected? It'll show like I have like 4 or 5 views, but I swear I have like 30 people within a
That's
week telling
crazy.
me that they saw the podcast, and I'm like, I don't even understand how it works. So, but
That's crazy.
people are watching, and that's all that matters. So that's all
Absolutely.
that's all I can think about. All right, so without further ado, let's start this puppy up. Let's get to things that interest us.
Let's get to it.
All right, now I just threw one quick thing in because I
Hmm.
think it was funny. All right, so you
Okay.
know how they have the not Pro Bowl, but they have the Senior Bowl, right?
Okay. Yes.
And for the NFL, and
Hmm.
for those of you who don't know, every year they have a Senior Bowl. It's mostly they invite players that are possible prospects for the NFL, and they
Right.
put them in a game environment. They go through drills so scouts
Hmm.
can watch them. They go through the full gambit. Well, your boy Diego Pavia, he goes in and he gets measured. Now, here's the funny part. Early in the season, we was talking about it. I was talking about it with April, and I
Hmm.
was like, he is small. He's gonna have trouble. And she's like, no. And she looks at us, she's like, he's 6 foot. And I said, sweetie, he's not 6 foot. I
Oh
said
man.
he might be 5'10", maybe 5'11" if you pushing. I said, but he's small. I said, and that's gonna impact him because he's gonna have a hard time seeing
Or
over
the
his
defense.
offensive
Yeah,
over his offensive and defensive
that's
lines and
true
trying
too.
to
Yeah.
find those lanes to throw it. I said
Mm.
he's been good because of the way they run the offense. But
Mm.
NFL, they're gonna shut that down. You know,
They are, man.
she was arguing with me. No, I said, baby, it's not six
Man.
feet. So they had the Heisman, and when he was
Hmm.
standing against the other guys, I was like, look how small he is, and that kid is supposed to be 6'1". Look how much smaller he is than him. She was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, he is small. So then,
Yeah.
Lord behold, they do the measurements, and he measures at 5'9" and something.
And you know what? I've met him. I really have. I met him when he was getting ready to transfer to New Mexico from New Mexico State.
Uh-huh.
I, I didn't say anything because one of my former alumnus were they were dating, and so I was just like, man, he's awfully small. Be a quarterback, you know. At the same time, I really didn't know how good he was. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, I think he's a really good
yeah,
quarterback, but as you go up in level, things change, man. I
yeah,
mean, it's different.
yeah,
You know, and people are trying to compare him to Drew Brees. I'm like, man, Drew Brees is about 6 foot.
yeah.
He's got some decent height. I honestly never told anybody this that I had met him, but I thought he was 5'8". So I'm glad he was 5'9". I really am. I, it, Man, I mean, Kay, he's really small, man.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah, he's really small. Yeah, he got a big heart. He's very competitive, and he can play.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But unfortunately, there are certain things that you got to have, and part of me hopes he. I mean, I hope he makes a NFL roster.
Absolutely.
I really don't see. I mean, I can see him maybe getting late drafted or undrafted and going to work out for a
Hmm.
team, but
Hmm.
it's gonna be hard for him to hit full because he's shorter than the other kid at Cleveland.
Murray. Oh,
Yeah, he's
oh, I thought
shorter
you
than
talking
Murray, but
Arizona.
the kid from that was at Cleveland at
Oh, Gabriel.
yes, he's shorter than him, and he had problems.
Right. Right.
He had to constantly roll out and
Dil-
stuff.
Dylan Gabriel. Yeah.
Dylan Gable. So
Mm.
we'll see. We see. But I just wanted to bring it up because it is a thing where she was like, "Well, why is it that?" I said they always be trying to upsell. I don't know why places are able to get around it. I said I know the NBA has made a point to make sure that you have to put the correct height now. With
Yeah.
players coming in.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could be 6 feet, but you're gonna be 6'2" on that roster.
Yeah. See, the one thing I don't agree with the NBA is why are you measuring me with shoes off? I don't play with shoes off.
Yeah, yeah,
To me that doesn't make sense. But I
yeah.
guess people are putting stuff in their shoes. I
I
guess it
mean,
makes sense.
all you got to do is inspect the shoes. But I get it because typically, I always say an inch difference with your
Hmm.
shoes versus without your shoes is usually what I go by. So if I'm
Right.
measuring you and you 6'1" with
Hmm.
shoes, then I'm gonna say, well, you 6 feet without shoes, right?
Yeah.
But
And was he claiming he was 6 foot? Is that what he was
who?
claiming?
Diego Pavia.
Pavia.
That's what they had on his bio at Vanderbilt. He might have not.
Um,
He's probably just gonna go with it. But it's like even if you like, yeah, we gonna put 6 feet, man. It's like, dog, they're gonna measure you when you go down there, and they're gonna know.
I, I would rather be 5'10", 5'11", and come down to 5'9"
Yes,
than be 6 foot. I mean
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's
Oh
two and a
man.
half. That's almost 3 inches of
Yeah.
height.
That's
So
that's that's bad.
yeah, it's real bad. So, okay, I just wanted to bring that up. I just thought it was kind of funny. That it happens in all sports. So,
For
so
sure.
let's get to Super Bowl preview, man. I'm
Mm,
what you thinking? Who you got?
I don't trust what's quarterback from Seattle.
Dalton. I'm outside Dalton.
Mm,
Darnold, Sam Darnold.
Darnold. I don't trust Darnold, but the defense is so good. I think they're gonna do it.
I trust
I
Darnold.
think they're gonna do it.
I've trusted Darnold Last year I had some concerns after
Mm-hmm.
those 2 games, but this year
Mm-hmm.
the way he played against the Rams, and that was the one team that gave him fits, and he had
Mm-hmm.
really bad games. Now he threw for what 340, 360. He was slanging
Mm-hmm.
that thing against the Rams. And they were his kid. He was slanging that game. He was
You think
throwing that
so?
ball all kinds of ways he could throw it. His biggest doubters were impressed. They're like, yo, okay, we can't say he can't win the big game because he won it.
Super Bowl is different, K. You know that.
I know it's different,
You
but
know that.
if he has a bad game in a Super Bowl, I'm not going to turn around and say, oh, that's the same Sam Darnold. I might say, you know what? Nah, okay, let me take that back. It's going to
Okay,
depend on.
I'm
It
about to say.
depends on how he has bad, but I think that was his. I think he got over the hump with that game. You know,
I like that. I like that. I like
I
that.
think he got over the hump,
I,
and
I,
now,
I hope so because I like him. He's been super reserved. His poker face or whatever his face is. I mean, you cannot tell. He's been solid, man. He really
yeah,
has. And and you know what? We got to do better about waiting on folks' downfall, man. That's
yeah,
we,
yeah. That seems
we,
to
we
be the
got to do
thing.
better with that, man.
It's all about it being negative, and that's the
For sure.
unfortunate thing because, you know, if a person does bad, you just say, man, they not there yet, you know. But when they
Well,
do good, you say they did good. But it's like when a person's doing good, we're saying, yeah, but
see, my thing is, and this is what I'm tired of, especially in the NFL, the NBA too. NBA's getting bad with this too. You know, they absolve all the coaches. You're supposed to develop.
yeah,
If he's not performing, what are you doing as a coach?
yeah,
You know, and it's like people kept picking him up, so it wasn't a bum.
right,
You know,
right,
he's not a bum.
right.
I
You
mean,
the you got to look at Carolina and the Jets.
yeah,
You look,
I mean,
when he went to San Francisco, you know he wasn't gonna be starting because of
yeah,
Purdy,
but he
but he
learned.
got a chance to play in a good system with a good quarterback, and from there he's went up.
Yeah, and he's been a thorn in our side. Man, never mind. They tore the 49ers some new underwear.
Now
Boy,
the one thing I've been saying all year is I don't know how good New England is because they've played the one of the weakest schedules against all of these teams. Now look, yeah, you have to win. You won your games, right? So nothing against that, but like when they played the Chargers, come on,
yeah,
Justin Herbert is not himself. Then you play Shroud, and Shroud was
he's
terrible that game.
bad.
And then
He
you
been,
play Denver without their
yeah,
starting
that's
quarterback.
true.
Now
That's true.
he's done enough. May has this playoffs, and it's like, oh well, he's played three of the top defenses, right? And it's like, yeah, you got to give them credit for it, but you always say, you got to be lucky, and they have been really lucky to
They
play the
have K.
teams that they
You know what?
played.
The way you broke that down. I mean, in my opinion, to get the Super Bowl, you got to be tested, and they haven't
Yeah,
been tested.
yeah,
They haven't been
yeah,
tested. So, I mean,
right,
that's a great point. To
yeah,
your point, just your eval on I keep forgetting his name, Darnold. I just think the running game and that defense is
yeah.
tough.
Yeah. Now,
And
now, now the Rams know how to play them, so the Rams made them look a little that they
hmm
didn't look as good against them,
right.
but
hmm
New England, not the Rams,
No, bro.
you know.
No,
So
no.
that and it's a known fact. If you can get to the quarterback or put pressure on them with four, it's a wrap.
It's game over.
It's a wrap.
It's game
And
over.
I
It's
think they're
game
going to be
over.
able to get pressure. I don't think that I'm so happy for DeMarcus Lawrence, you
Me
know,
too.
but
That's
and
great.
I think he's gonna
That's great.
really, I think he's really gonna show out in this Super Bowl. So I mean, I think it'll be competitive. I
I don't
I
think it's gonna
don't.
be competitive.
The
It's gonna be a
only
blowout.
scenario that I could see New England winning is if Darnold has one of those 4 or 5 interception games where he doesn't know.
True.
But Kubiak's not gonna allow that, man. He's gonna make sure
Mm-mm.
that he's gonna have a really good game plan and make sure he's tested. So
For sure.
yeah, so I give the nod to Seattle. That's who
Yeah.
I picked at the beginning of the season. I thought they would be in the Super Bowl.
Man, stop. Yeah, come on, Terry.
Hey, you bet
Come
you
on, Terry.
better you better ask April. You better
Okay.
ask April. She said, "Who are you going for?" I said, I like Seattle. I think they're gonna be all right. I think they're
That's
gonna be there
crazy.
this
That's crazy.
year. Hey, I'm like
Wow. That's a great pick.
I'm like a savant when it
You
comes to
better go
picking
play
these
the lotto,
teams.
boy. You better go play the lotto right now,
Yeah,
boy.
well, that's where that savant goes down to Turvant. So
Boy, this boy.
so speaking of magic, let's let's go to your boy Shedeur getting the Pro Bowl, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, how the hell he
Yes,
getting the
sir.
Pro Bowl, man?
Man, look. Look, okay. Look.
You
I
finna try to
mean,
defend it?
what you mean? Who else supposed to be in there, okay?
Oh Lord,
Just asking.
who's who not?
Hey, listen. Look, man. This this guy fought through like, okay, look, when they give you the wrong sheet, the wrong playbook, and you still like, hey, I just think it was a I don't want to say a owner's pick, but one of those popular picks. They want to sell tickets. You know who to bring to the
Yeah,
building.
yeah. I that's the only thing I could gather is that they want to sell
Yeah,
tickets. They know you're the
yeah.
most popular person. You want
And,
eyes on it. You know people are gonna watch it with him being there. But
but
to
the
me, it
NFL,
hurts him.
no, that doesn't hurt him.
It does. It hurts
The
him. It makes him. Go ahead.
the NFL hurt itself by allowing this nonsense to go on, and
I
then
agree
they
with
give
that.
that guy another job. He gonna mess Atlanta up.
I agree
I
with that.
mean,
But
what are
at
you
the same
doing?
time, you putting him in the Pro Bowl is almost like participation. You just
Okay,
letting them
uh,
go just to be going.
until he cooks, and then what?
I don't. I mean, I think he'll do well. He's just statistically, there's no reason, there's no valid reason for him to be in it. Hell, if anything, you just don't have that many quarterbacks. You don't let
I
nobody in.
mean,
7 TDs with 10 interceptions.
yeah. I mean, look, man. Look,
Who else are
the
you
end.
letting in with those numbers?
Nobody but K. We know it wasn't about the numbers. It was about the jersey sales. That's the only
I
numbers
I
we
I,
need to
I
know.
would I would rather them say that, man. We try. Look at what they did with the Hall of Fame with Belichick.
That's bad. That's bad.
Yeah,
That's bad.
yeah.
Hey, Belichick must have really pissed some folks off, man.
Well, they're trying to chalk it off as saying that it's the system in which the way they vote. People were thinking that he was going to get in, so they were trying to vote for other people that they wanted to get in because they might not have another chance. And it's
Mm,
it's the whole thing to where, well, I know, man, everybody's gonna vote for him, so I'm gonna vote for him. So if a whole bunch of people thinking like that, then he don't get enough votes. But there's no way you should let them come out without. There's no way if they come out and say, "Wait a minute, hold on, Belichick's nah, y'all need to go back in." Like, are y'all serious? Y'all are saying he's not a first ballot?
that's terrible.
Yeah. So
That's
so
terrible.
so I don't know what's worse, Belichick not getting into the Hall of Fame or should do him making the Pro Bowl.
Belichick getting in is the worst. I mean, I'm not worried about it.
Oh,
I mean,
hey, I don't know. My boy TJ got on my posting was I'll send you the screenshot, or you could just go to my post. I made a post saying Shedeur, how the hell did Shedeur make the Pro Bowl? And
What
he
did he
got
say?
on Thomas. He got on there and was
Yeah,
coming because
yeah.
he'll be a Cleveland fan. Oh
Hmm.
Lord, we had to
What did he say?
go back and forth. He's like,
I'll check
he
it out.
yeah, you got to. It's funny. It is funny, but
Well,
congratulations to him.
yeah,
Congratulations to him
absolutely, man.
making it. I'm a fan. I just like, come on, man. You seriously think when I saw it, I thought it was one of those fake
Memes
accounts
or
that
jokes, huh?
that put it out there. Then I went and I was like, wait a minute, Yahoo Sports. I had to keep looking at it. Is this the real Yahoo or is this
You-
Pahoo?
you- Man,
Yeah.
hey,
So
you
uh
know, I mean, when you want, hey, look, the bottom line is the Pro Bowl has not been popular at
no,
all.
that's true. That's true. That's true. I
So,
mean,
you
and,
know,
and they're gonna have eyes with them in there, you
oh, for
know,
sure.
but
Oh, for sure.
like
I'm gonna
I
watch
don't know,
this. I
man.
haven't watched the Pro Bowl in years,
I'll
probably
turn I'll
15,
turn it
20
on.
years.
You know what I do like is I like those competitions they do. Sometimes I like the one when they do the golf, and sometimes they'll do
Hmm.
the throws and stuff like that. I like those. I don't watch it as much because it's flag football, but I get why they do it. I understand.
Of
I
course,
just
yeah,
I just think they shouldn't have an actual game because you can't play the game the way you're supposed to because nobody wants to get hurt.
yeah. I mean, I see it as a glorified celebrity type of event.
Yeah. Yeah, same with
Um,
same with the NBA
mhm.
All-Star, but at least you can compete in that, better than like you're not trying to go across the middle in no All-Star game in no Pro Bowl game.
No, sir.
You be like, man, what you
So,
what you doing?
eh, I tell you what's worse is your boy LeBron asking Joker to sit down so he can start. That's bad.
No, you
You heard
didn't.
that? All right, man. That's bad, man.
No, you gotta
That's
send me
bad.
the link. You gotta send me the link. You gotta send me
That,
the link. I ain't really
that-
was
that's
that
the
was that
word.
was that on Pahoo Sports?
No, that was Skyhoo. That was Skyhoo, man.
Oh, Sky Who?
Yeah, man.
Creature Report. Oh man.
Oh,
So speaking of NBA, let's move
yes,
on
sir. Let's get
to
it.
the NBA trades. Who do you think's gonna who you think's gonna go? Who you think's gonna get traded?
You know, they're gonna mess around. Teams are gonna mess around and want too much and ruin their franchise for the next 2 or 3 years. Like you don't want them, get them gone, man. I don't care. Like sometimes you're gonna have to eat some money or eat a draft pick, whatever, what have you. So, I think Ja's got to go. I think Ja's gonna go because it's just too much friction, and I think everybody's waiting on Giannis. Once Giannis get out of there, stuff gonna start falling through, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I don't know who's gonna. I don't know who's gonna. Who's more likely to go? If who you think's gonna go is like if Giannis goes, you got to give up everything just to get him.
they say New York is ready to give up Towns and two more in the draft pick.
I can see him in New York, but like again, how do you run that offense? The thing is he wants the ball in his hands a lot.
He's not gonna have the ball. No, he not
You
gonna. He
know,
ain't doing that.
I mean, like if he goes to Golden State, I can't see him run. I can see them running this stuff through him, where they're giving it to him on the elbow and letting him do what he's doing. But the only shooter that they worried about is Steph. They don't
Yeah,
have anybody else to give him that.
I I wouldn't go to Golden State because Steve Kerr has showed his incompetence as far as understanding what's going on.
Yeah,
He has a coach a certain kind of player, man. He's just bad, and
yeah,
I'm tired of players. Kevin Durant saved him. Jimmy Butler. No, I'm tired of that. Steve Kerr. I want you to bottom out, and I want you to see if you can rebuild it. He can't develop. He can't develop. I'm sorry.
But they did win us NBA finals. What was it, 2 years afterwards? They
Mark
were pretty much built.
Mark Jackson developed it.
No, 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 no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about after KD left. When KD got hurt and he left, for 2 years, they were horrible. And then they win, was it 2022 is when they won.
Maybe. Yeah.
That was, I mean, that was Steph's greatest accomplishment because
Right.
he had all them young boys there and they won.
Right.
But I still agree with you that I think it's time to move on.
Yeah. It's got to go. And the thing is this like I'm just gonna be honest. Like I think the players developed those guys as far as building a confidence. I think Steph really did a lot of that. I really
Mm,
do. Because those guys love Steph. They trust Steph.
yeah.
And so, you know, I think Steph downplayed winning that last championship. I really do. Um, he showed them where he wanted the ball, showed them how they could be successful. It wasn't Steve Kerr. It just wasn't.
Yeah, no,
You
I
know?
mean, I think he's just that guy that steps in and like when Phil stepped in and he just tweaked the offense and let it run the way it ran, you know.
Mhm. Say that.
Same because once he went to Lakers, did same thing. Now when he went to New York, different story.
Couldn't do it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I I think he Phil sometimes an offense gets old. It just does. You know,
Yeah.
it gets old, and I thought he went to that well too many times. But still,
Yeah.
I see Phil Jackson as a manager of emotions. That's what I see.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with
Hmm.
that. I agree with that.
Yeah,
So we're gonna have to see what happens with the trade deadline. We might have some more fever before our next podcast, and we could probably talk a little bit about it. Who knows? Somebody might get traded between now and then.
could happen. Could happen. I think it's
Yeah,
going to be a few surprises for sure.
yeah, some good ones,
And
hopefully.
I think
All right,
Miami going to do something too.
I do think they will do
They're
some.
going
I
to,
don't know what, but I think they're going to do something.
yeah,
So we'll
they're going
see.
to do something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So let's move on to our basketball ideology. Uh,
All right.
so this kind of grew from training that I had today, and I had did you got the link? Did you look at that video I sent you?
I did. I did. I did.
Okay. Okay. So
Hmm.
uh the question is, when should kids be taught defensive concepts? What I mean by defensive concepts, if some coaches have there are two different philosophies. It's on defense, you either want basic philosophies. You want to push
Hmm.
everything middle or you push everything to the sides, right? So my
Right.
question to you is, when do you think you should start teaching kids defensive concepts?
I think elementary school, just being honest.
What grade?
Um, I'm going to say, elite sport, el- uh, maybe elite third, fourth,
Elite
um,
third or fourth.
fifth grade.
Okay, but as a general practice, would you say fifth grade?
I think it has to be known and learned by fifth grade for sure. For
Uh-huh.
sure. Yeah,
So
that's
would
to
you say
me.
fourth grade? Because if you're saying it should be known by fifth, that means that they have to be learning it before.
I'm gonna say elite third and fourth.
Okay. So the
Mhm.
kids that aren't elite,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, because what I've noticed in my training is fifth graders have a hard time with it. Seventh graders have a hard time with it, but
Mhm.
they get better at those concepts. Fifth graders really struggle with understanding certain concepts. Like you'll hear a lot of, well, they keep getting beat baseline, even though it's we don't allow baseline drives. So
Mhm.
you're sticking it in their head, but in games, kids are still doing it. So what I've noticed on I would start fifth grade. That's just me as a trainer with dealing with kids and seeing how some kids, even my really good fifth graders that can shoot, got handles, can, all of that, they struggle with those concepts and really having to know it. So you have to get it to them over and over and over again. So for
Yeah.
me, I would say fifth, but I do understand what you're saying if you start teaching it third and fourth, but like if you're gonna start teaching it at third or fourth, I think you have to give them spoonfuls.
For sure. For sure. Like
Yeah,
you really have to be intentional about how you go about doing that. And so, um, you have to chunk it, as they say, in the education world. And so you got to give them bit by bit. And so, as you just said, spoon feed it to them. I think that's important.
yeah.
Once they gain a concept and have a thorough understanding of it, then you move to the next one. In my mind.
Right, right. Then you can start adding. But I think if you give them a basic one, like for instance, a team that I'm training today, it was, she wants them to push everything in the middle. So we worked on wings. I make a pass to one side. So they're in deny, right? Once I make the
Hmm.
pass to whatever wing, once the ball goes to the wing, now if they pop out to catch it, now you go from deny to a defensive stance, but you need to jump to their right shoulder to force them to go
Hmm.
middle. Like you don't
Hmm.
stand straight
Hmm.
up. You got to force
Right.
them and push them in. And then that, they drive. It's a drive and kick thing where the defender comes and help. When you push that ball out, now that defender has to run up on that guard's left side because they're pushing them right. So it
Mm.
went pretty well. It wasn't too bad. It was some tweaking here and there, some explaining stuff. But then we got into like terminology and stuff. So I get, like, for instance, I had a situation where the kid wanted to make a pass to his big cutting, and he was
Mhm.
guarded by a smaller kid. He had another kid that was in the short corner where that's who he should have passed it to, right? That was the easy play. He makes the pass, but he doesn't like lob it for where only his big can catch it. The smaller guard jumps up and deflects it and catches it. So what
Mhm.
I explained to him first was, if you're gonna make that pass, you got to make it high, because if you make it where you are, you're giving that smaller player an opportunity to try to contest or deflect or steal that
Right.
ball. I said, but
Right.
this is where I got the confusion from him. I said, so he steals it, right? So what's able to happen? Like, oh, well, then they can push it down, for a fast break. I said, okay, so that's considered a live, that's a live ball. That's a live turnover, right?
Mhm.
I said, but if you throw it over his head and he misses it, what happens? It goes out of bounds. I said, yeah, that's a dead ball turnover.
Mhm.
So now in the dead ball turnover, you at least get an opportunity to set your defense. But in that
Mhm.
live one, you're scrambling to get back and you're probably going to give up a layup. I said, so I
Right.
know that's a lot to process, but those are the little things that you want to think about when you're making this pass. I said, you should have made the pass to the short corner because he could have passed it to him, even though he had a shot if he wanted to. Sometimes the
Right.
easy pass is the best pass. And
No
they just
doubt.
kind of had this look like there was no thought process about what I was explaining to them. And I love it because I know that's growth. They can learn from those little
Right.
things.
Right. Absolutely. That's a good point, man.
Yeah. So
Hey.
before we finish with this, I have one more question. Okay, so your organization at its height when you had multiple teams, how many teams did you have under Fusion?
At a time we had three.
Three teams. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
well, there was we had three girls teams and two boys teams at the same time.
Okay. So that's different in one instance. So let me ask you,
Hmm.
the offense that you ran on your girls team,
Hmm.
were all three teams running the same style of offense, or were they running different?
Um, the core of the offense was the same, but
Right.
we had really different calls because of personnel. Like for us, we look at what we have. We don't just run the same offense for all three teams. We look at what we have. So there was one offense where, hey, we decided to run it through the big. We're gonna throw it inside, cut off that, let her try and dominate in the post, and then go from there. With our top team at that time, we had a lot of really savvy guards. So we tried to push it. We tried to trap a little bit, tried to press a little bit more, and ran a lot of pick and rolls. And so, and then we had some shooters on that
But
team. So
it was out of the same. It was, I'm sorry, it was out of the same sets though, right?
some of them, I mean,
Okay.
there was for us, we felt like 65 to 70% of the stuff had to be the same in case we had to move someone up or across, if that makes sense. And so they would at least have a chance to be successful,
Okay.
if
Well,
that makes sense.
the reason I'm asking, yeah, it does. It does. It makes sense. It might actually change where I was going with this because I had some kids today that I was, doing the training with. They're both in the same
Hmm.
organization. One's an older
Okay.
brother. He's a seventh grader or eighth grader. The younger
Okay.
brother is a fifth or sixth grader. Now they're both on the
Okay.
same organization, but
Hmm.
one's playing in the eighth grade team, the other one's playing in the fifth, sixth grade. They run completely different offenses. And when I started and I asked him, like, let's go through your offense, and I asked him, what play you run to run, and it's like, oh well, we don't run the same plays. And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, well, we run this play. And then the other older is like, oh yeah, we run this play, we don't run that play. And I'm like, huh? And I asked the dad, and the dad was like, yeah, they're the different teams, the different coaches run completely different plays. And I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. I said, here's why. I said, number one, you have continuity. So when those fifth graders become eighth graders, now they have to
Hmm.
learn a whole new offense. So
Yeah,
you got to
that's
spend
not good.
time, you know. I
Not
said,
good.
now, if you have the same, pretty much the same offense, but you run it differently, I can
Yeah.
get that. I said, but think about
Right.
how much faster those kids are going to pick up stuff. And now you can throw in more stuff because they know the core offense. I said, to
Yeah.
me, that's counterproductive.
Right. No doubt. No question. Like, like just take West Texas, these small town teams.
Mhm.
They had the 1As and 2As and 3As, and sometimes the 4As and 5s. They get these kids in the fifth grade, and they're running the same offense that they're running when they become a senior.
Mhm.
So the nuances of they're not even thinking; they're just playing.
Right.
And
Because they
so
know what to, yeah.
they know what to expect. They know what to do. They can probably get to that passing lane faster. All the principles are put in place at the elementary. So as they go up
Yeah.
middle school and high school, it just continues to build. And as a high school coach now, I can get into greater detail and add that specificity or add those specifics that I need to really level up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, you should probably talk to the owner and say, why are they running different offenses? They should, if
Mhm.
you are on the top, if your top level team is high school, 17U,
Mhm.
Everybody should be running the same style of offense,
Absolutely.
continuity. Now, will the 17U do something different out of that offense, like kind of what you're saying?
Right.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
the core offensive set, obviously you run it different depending on personnel. But if you run a play, you can run the same play or have the same, structure of play, but you look to do different things because of the personnel. But if you're
Right.
running completely different plays with different sets, when that other kid comes up, they have to learn. So imagine if you got a talented younger kid that you want to take on a tournament with your older group, you got to teach this
Mhm.
kid the offense.
Right. And that kid's not gonna play up to his capabilities because he's thinking. He or she is
Right.
thinking and not
He's
playing.
gonna be struggling.
Yeah.
It's gonna take him some time. The other kids are gonna be
Yeah.
frustrated and stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to ask you because I was like, and then when you started talking, I was like, okay, well, maybe I was wrong, but I was like, no, I see what you're saying. It's not, I'm trying to think of how to say it. It's the same play, it's just different concepts, I guess, because you're
Right.
playing to the strength of your personnel.
Right. Look, for me, it's like the subway in New York and the subway in El Paso is the same, but there's a few things that's different. There's probably more jalapenos and more like hot sauces over here, and there's more probably, I ain't know, Jamaican sauces or whatever, what have you there. So I mean, it's I mean, it's what it is, man. Like like
Did you
the same.
did you say what did you say? The same? It sounded like Subway. It kind of glitched, but you
Oh,
said
I'm
the
sorry.
what?
What I'm saying is like the subway in New York and the subway here is the same, but it's in a lot of differences. It's not the same from the drinks they sell to it's just not the same.
Oh, the Subway, the store Subway, or sub sandwiches.
The subway, the store subway. I'm sorry,
Okay,
sandwiches.
okay.
Yeah,
Cause at
not the
first
train,
I was like,
not the
damn,
train.
do we got a we got a
Uh,
Subway? I don't know about. They didn't tell me. I've been driving all this time, and I could be taking the Subway. Yeah, I get your
yeah,
point. I
I
totally get your
apologize,
point. I
man.
get your point. Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah, it's the terminology, understanding. I think so we agree. You would go as low as third or fourth grade, but they'd have to be elite. I think as a
right,
general practice, fifth grade would be an excellent that you can teach them to where in a year of the same style of defense, they're pretty good. They're really starting to
right,
understand. So
no doubt.
okay, all right. So well, let's finish up with the favorite. It might not have the luster because we can't be in there and pushing each other around and getting each other's face. But we gonna go with you done lost your
Let's
damn
get
mind.
it.
All
Let's
right.
get.
So I asked this question before. We're gonna go ahead and revisit it. All right. Would
Mhm.
you rather have the game-winning shot or locking
Okay.
up a player, offensive player for a win, for the win? Then you can keep your answer the same.
Uh, Um, I've been thinking about this. I really have. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I want them winning shot because that's gonna be on
Yeah.
Instagram. That's gonna be on. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, man. Like like
Yeah.
like like Jordan has made many game-saving defensive plays, but the
Right.
only ones that they show is the ones that he was on
Right.
offense. So it's
Right.
it's what it is.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right. The
Yeah.
females ain't looking at you the same for a game winning block.
No, sir. Absolutely. You
But
you get
with
a
that
bucket.
game winning
You get
shot,
a
they like, ooh, he
you get a
cute.
yeah, real cute. You go from ugly to cute real fast.
Yeah, I know.
Real fast.
Okay. So that's why I'm at. Same thing, man. I want the game winning
Got
shot.
to, man. Got
Yeah.
to.
I'll let somebody else I don't mean
Mhm.
I can't lock somebody up for the game winner, but
Right.
I just feel like the game winner is more exciting.
Man, come on. It's everything. It
Yeah,
changes your life.
yeah.
And people never forget it.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Never
true because
forget it.
There's some game winners now that you still hear people talk about in the NBA.
I'm telling you, man.
From way back. You know,
Right,
so
right.
I mean, think about the was it NC State and Georgetown? No, it was NC State and Houston
Houston, yeah,
when he caught it.
that's forever.
Yeah, that's
They
forever.
beat Slamma Jamma.
Yeah. Oh.
That player's name alone has been synonymous with awards and all kind of stuff. So,
He'll
you
never
know,
have to play. Probably never had to pay for a meal
mm-mm.
there ever.
I mean, we still talk about Michael Jordan as a freshman, Georgetown,
Yeah,
when they
baseline
played
stuff.
against Georgetown.
Yeah.
I mean,
Isaiah hit a shot for Indiana to
I don't
win?
know. I don't know. I think as soon as Jordan came, they forgot everything Isaiah did. That's why he's still mad.
Stop it, man.
I'm just, Chicago was his city till Jordan came.
Yeah, yeah.
It's bad. Oof, you know.
Well, hey, that's all the time we have for today. This wasn't gonna be a
All
really
right.
quick one. We want to just get back in. I promise this is gonna be up. This is gonna be up regular. You know, I might even try to get this one up tomorrow or right now just to make sure it's done. So we appreciate y'all tuning in.
Absolutely.
Even if it's not equating to the views, it's tuning in. We want to, make sure y'all like, subscribe, follow, comment. Let us know what you're thinking about what we talk about, and share with us. Let us know.
Absolutely.
Send us a comment or something, or email us. And you can email me at streetcredsports@yahoo.com. You send me an email, I'll read your question on air. It can't be X-rated question. You can't be cursing.
That'll be dope.
It's
That'll be
got to
dope.
be a good question, and I will read it on. And who knows? Maybe you'll get a time to ball shirt. You know what? I think I'll do that.
That's cool.
First email I get for next week. If I get an email, first person is gonna get a time to ball T-shirt.
That's gonna be cool. I like that.
Yeah. It's got to be the first one.
I'm finna email you right now. I'm just messing with you.
I know you are, but you probably think like, well, damn, if I email them and call myself, give myself a different name,
Yes, sir.
I might be able
Yes,
to get
sir.
it. Well, I appreciate your time jumping on with me, man, and
Man, this is good.
we'll
It's
get back
different.
and do our live thing. I think we're gonna go TikTok next week.
Oh, let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
we'll go TikTok next week. See how that
Let's
works.
go.
And I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Hopefully, I'll get the game plan before Saturday.
Absolutely, man. Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
All right. Well, we're gonna end it there. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night and stay safe and everything. And I always remember, if it was easy, everyone will be doing it. We out.
Peace.
Street cred sports, say it with your chest. Yeah. Go get it from the net. Street cred sports, okay, that's a bet.